What's up guys, Valence Ring here, and I wanted to bring you a video that was a special request, and it just so happens that I was about to do the request anyways, so that is definitely the best time to make a request, is when I happen to be doing it anyways. At any rate, Dracula did request this, and this is all about Tyrant attacks and maximizing your damage. So I want to bring you how I do it and the tips and tricks that I use to maximize the amount of damage that I'm doing on Tyrant. So let's jump right into the video. I appreciate the suggestion. So actually, I had shot this video once and the microphone was so messed up it was unhearable, so I had to redo it. I apologize for any mic issues. I'm having a couple technical difficulties with my mic, so I'm working on that. But at any rate, if we go into attack on Tyrant, we'll see the basic rules, and basically he appears on the world map and then you work together to eliminate him. The first thing I want to mention is that you will not actually eliminate him. He stays there for the entire day. You have the entire day. Don't feel rushed. You do not have to direct relocate. Your march times are going to be 10 times normal to get to him, okay? So don't worry about that so much. That's not a big deal. Stay where you are and send your attacks as needed. Just make sure that you are allotting time to march to him if you're trying to do yours later in the day. So if you are doing your attacks late and you want to finish them at the end of the day once all your everything's applied, just make sure you have enough time for that. At any rate, you do get a rank reward. As you can see, I ended up ranking 36 so far, and that's if everybody has ran their attacks and nobody else can go over top of me. So as you can see here, there's an event that also happened recently, same day, Nuka-Land, and I just finished mine up right before I did my Tyrant attacks. So the first tip and trick I want to point out is that if there's going to be similar events that you're going to need similar things for, then instead of spending money, diamonds, gems, or resources on the same thing twice, then make sure that you run the events as close together as possible. Because Tyrant is an all-day event, you can wait until you're doing Nuka-Land and then use your boost for Nuka-Land for Tyrant. So that's what I do. So right before I went into Nuka-Land, I went ahead and activated the boosts for troop attack and troop defense, as you can see down here, as well as anti-scout. I also have a training speed up going for training troops. I use those a lot. At any rate, when I utilize these, you can see they're 25%. You can go into the diamond shop in your bag, go into the military tab, and you will be able to purchase for 400 diamonds 25% troop attack and 25% troop defense. These are going to increase the damage you do to Tyrant, and it's also going to give you the boost for battle. So since I'm using those for Nuka, then I want to make sure that I'm doing Tyrant directly before or directly after Nuka. And this will tie into some other boosts. But make sure that you're using these. Now, if you don't want to spend the 400 diamonds, then either choose a lower level ones, the 10% or the 20%, or if you're really desperate and don't have any diamonds whatsoever or want to spend them, inside the Alliance shop there are 10% troop attack and troop defense boosts. Obviously these aren't going to be as impactful as a 25%, but it's better to use these rather than nothing at all. So make sure that you're applying your boosts, your military boosts, and if you can use it in conjunction with another event, then do that, so you're only spending the resources once and getting the benefit for 2 events. I like to double up whenever possible. It's the smartest way to go. At any rate, let's go back into it. And so as far as the attack on Tyrant goes, you don't have to actually find him. You can hit the attack button and it'll take you directly to him, so don't feel like you have to search the map for him. As you can see, it takes us directly here, and here's Tyrant. You can see that I've already ran. You have 5 attempts. I've ran all 5. I have 0 attempts left. And in here, when you click on them, you can hit the attack and it'll automatically attack them, or you can do your damage rank. And I should say automatically. It will allow you to pick your troops. So that brings me to the second point, your troop form set. You want to make sure that you have in your Hall of War one good lineup, and you want to pick the best and strongest lineup for yourself as possible. Don't send 5 waves of attacks with different troops and different things like that unless you're literally out of time, unless it's better to put up some damage rather than miss an attack. At any rate, go into your troop form set, and as you can see, I have my mix, my fighters, and my shooters. Now, when I go in here and I set these up, I want to make a quick note. Down here is the might ranking. So the might ranking for my attack is 103 million. Now, as you can see, I can only send 198,500. So I know my lineups very well, and I can tell you that that's not my strongest lineup. And how do I know that? Because I'm not in my military talents. So that brings me to my third point, military talents. If you are VIP level 10, you want to make sure you're utilizing your military talent set. It needs to be well done and applied before you make your attacks. So set your military lineup in your VIP talent sets for your commander. Go into your Hall of War. Check your troop form set. Make sure, as you can see here, I have 213,500 troops that I can send, and my might went from 103 to 117 million on this one march. That's how big of a difference those military talents make. So when I go in here, this is one set that I have. I can also check my fighters. You can see here I have 80 million might for this, and actually I can adjust this to be a little bit stronger since I have more T10s now, and get up to 85 million might. That's important, but you'll notice that 117 versus 85, obviously the 117 is way better. In addition, I have my mix set, and I'm actually going to change this a little bit, and you can see here I'm running now 77 million. Pick the formation that's the strongest. Send it one attack at a time, and in this way you're always using your best lineup against the Tyrant. Alright, so that's the next trick. And then the only other thing that I really recommend, once you have your talent set, once you have your best lineup of troops and heroes, and you've picked all that, and then you have your military boost applied, the last thing you can do is come out to the world map, and as long as it doesn't violate any state rules or get you into trouble, find a low-level sanctuary and scout it. Now, if you're bubbled up like this one here, if you're bubbled up and you're protecting your resources, or you don't want to go to war and unbubbling will cause issues, or you're violating state rules by scouting someone, then don't do this. But if that isn't the case, if you're not bubbled, if you can, this will activate War Frenzy. Scouting someone will activate War Frenzy, and that's plus 5% free attack to your for your troops. So you'll do an additional 5% attack against Tyrant. In this way, you'll be able to maximize your damage output for the best rewards. So to reiterate, guys, the order that you need to do these. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention. In your talent set, you can see here I already used mine. But if you have VIP level 10 and have the opportunity, make sure you're using Mega March. I would not waste a resource item that you might get for military for boosting the number of troops that you have, because those are rare and hard to get. But I would recommend saving your Mega March and making sure that you can use it for Tyrant. If you absolutely have to use it for a different battle and it runs out, don't worry about it. Use it for the more important battle. If you have the opportunity, though, make sure you utilize Mega March for your Tyrant attacks. So, to reiterate, what you want to do is make sure that your talents are set for military, your boosts are applied whether you're using diamonds or you're using alliance coins. Make sure that any sanctuary skins or frames that you have that you want to use and can afford to use those as well for max output. Then, once you've done all that, activate your Mega March, and then activate War Frenzy. Once all of those are done, go in here, click on Attack on Tyrant, click Attack, it'll take you right there, send your best lineup one at a time until all 5 attacks are done, and you will do the maximum damage that you possibly can. I really hope that helps, guys. I know it's a fairly simple event, but these are the ways that I try to maximize the benefit of doing multiple events, using the same boosts for one event for another event, and making sure that I'm getting the best rewards possible for the least cost to myself. I hope that helps. Give it a big thumbs up, like the video if it does help, subscribe to my channel, if you want to see more videos like this. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.